Hi all, my name is Laura, and I'm a current senior at Gallatin. I'm excited to be able to share with you all today my work this summer with Esperanza Immigrant Rights Project, a legal and social services organization that supports unaccompanied minors and other migrant communities. Focused both on education and representation, Esperanza works within the reaches of so many services, including giving legal orientations, doing individual intakes with clients, in-court accompaniment, and more. And before I go any further, I also wanted to extend my gratitude to Basuki and the staff that have made this fellowship possible. Unaccompanied minors are those who are under 18 years old and who arrive at the U.S. border without a legal guardian and without lawful status. Most children are apprehended at the border by immigration officials and then remain in shelters while the Office of Refugee Resettlement coordinates their release with a sponsor in the United States. At Esperanza, for example, it was frequent we had minors who were apprehended at the border with their siblings and still separated on these terms because they were not with a legal guardian. From the shelter then, to a sponsor, to wanting to learn how to drive and being enrolled in school, Esperanza's work is critical to addressing the inaccess of information migrants, and especially migrant minors, face when approaching their court date and in their daily lives. Unaccompanied minors also qualify for very specific forms of relief, such as special immigrant juvenile status in the case of abuse, abandonment, or neglect, asylum, T visa for victims of human trafficking, and U visa for victims of crime within the United States that the migrant is cooperating with authorities on. Throughout the summer, I was able to work under 3 different supervisors in different branches of Esperanza's work. Within the social services program, I was trained to deliver part of the individual orientation, where we walk a sponsor and a minor through their forms of relief, their responsibilities towards each other, their rights in court, and ways to find a lawyer. Work like Esperanza's depends not only on their passionate staff, but their community. And in these orientations, I also had the opportunity to see the work of an organization named Cielo that interprets indigenous languages for many clients. Many unaccompanied minors are not knowing of their court date and aren't able to read their legal documents at all because they are not offered in indigenous languages, and Cielo's work also addresses this relationship language has to, quote, larger matrices of power, authority, and agency. And on the right hand of the slide here, you can see a couple of the themes. I was able to make bilingual social services guides for legal orientations to be distributed to minors and their sponsors in Spanish and English. I also wanted to draw attention to the ways in which Esperanza works to support so many minors growing into their selfhood beyond their legality, which is an idea that I focused on a lot this summer with my work in the Opportunities for Youth program. Opportunities for Youth is a government pilot program in certain cities across the United States focused on the social services and welfare of unaccompanied minors. This team is upcoming and really small, but in the month of July, we were able to serve the highest number of unaccompanied minors so far in the program through workshops on finding lawyers, applying for Medi-Cal, California's Medicaid health care program, one-to-one referrals, English, and math classes. My time spent working with Esperanza was another testament to the relationship between communities and the court. Throughout the summer, I watched so many immigration dockets virtually, but continued to work with many minors and their sponsors one-on-one and in group orientations, all with different stories but navigating the same complex immigration system. Esperanza tells all their clients that they are the boss, that they have the rights to interpreters and the right to ask a judge for more time. They are relentlessly serving not only unaccompanied minors, but adults in detention deemed mentally unable to represent themselves, and taking individual cases to represent everywhere they can, and overall providing more tools and more confidence to migrant communities because it is human. Thank you.